associates gather on the stand. The trial's a circus, but I've got a plan. Not a grifter, still worse than Dan. Hopscotch squares, don't trip, don't fall. BK in a felony, I've heard it all. Shake it, magic 8 ball. Tell me the truth, will justice call? Me be the diva, she's running the show. With Capone and Meg, yeah, everybody knows. That we're fat, well, nobody knows. What the corn echoes as the chaos grows. My credibility left in a vehicle. Hopscotch squares, don't trip, don't fall. BK in a felony, I've heard it all. Shake it, magic 8 ball. Tell me the truth, will justice call? What the corn echoes as the chaos grows. My credibility left in a vehicle.
There is no corn left around me anymore, so I can only say what the corn. It's very sad. Very sad.
What the
Anyway,
corn?
What the corn? There isn't any. Sad day. Sad day. Cut all it down. Whatever. Hello, everyone. Happy Thursday. We are almost through another week. Yay for us. High fives all around. We're close.
Thirsty Thursday.
I have my unsweet tea right here. And if that gets to be too much, I have some water.
Wow, extra bowl.
And if that gets to be too much, I have some duct tape. For some
Wow, spicy.
Whatever.
I don't know what's going on there, but
I don't
not
either.
gonna ask.
What's up?
Well then, extra spicy. Carmen.
Duct tape. Hey, you know. It's just how the family works. Don't act like you don't know. What's up, Chloe? Hello, Gabby. Said hello to you. What's up, Frank?
Frankie boy.
Hello, Side Eye.
Hey, boy, hi.
Hi, it's me, Jessica.
Jessica, I'm in here. Hello, whoever. Hi, good people. Did I come in for the corny jokes? I hope so.
Yeah, you did. It can get real corny up in here.
See, she's like, I mean that one, that one use for duct tape. You know, that's the use we don't talk about. I don't know what it is.
Hi.
Just give it a second. Lesko will talk about it when he gets in here.
Well, thank you, ladies, for filling in last night. I appreciate it.
Carmen did everything.
No,
I
you
didn't even
opened.
pay. I was going to say, I didn't even pay
Oh, I
attention
did.
for the first 45 minutes.
All
Yes,
right,
it was
I hit
fun.
start, and then I said, I'm the only one who showed up. And then Carmen came in.
It's up and then a wow, y'all. That's all I just hear. It's like it's a y'all with just just got a little bit of disappointment thrown in there.
Yeah.
Disappointing twang.
Yeah.
Oh.
Y'all.
Y'all, what are you doing? I just
I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
yes, that's the worst. What's up, Heidel?
But I said to myself all day today, what am I doing?
You're not mad, you're just disappointed. Well, my adventure home last night as I was listening to you guys is because I had to drive, which I normally don't do, and I'm going home. I'm behind my dad, but I had turned on my car. I'm like, why is it so freaking like? Why is my menu just about to blind me? And I was like, okay, whatever. So my screen, it finally went dark, and I'm like, all right, I can see, I can drive, and I'm driving home, and I'm behind my dad, and just cruising along. He turns off. I keep going, and this Jeep gets behind me, and he starts briding me. I'm like, what the heck, a-hole? My lights were not on. And I was like, I've been driving in the dark, but my daytime running lights were so bright, I couldn't tell. Could not tell. My dash is lit up. My menu over here, whatever, where your maps are, it's lit up. Like, and I was like, dang it. Because my husband drove my car last, not me. My lights are always on auto, so I never even thought about it.
That's hilarious.
I'm like, oh, if I would
See
got
what
pulled
I
over.
say. Lesko would come in and just shake everyone down, right?
Gabby shook me down for a large sum of money and promised you would drink its weight in beers.
I'm already halfway there, so
Whew.
she's got unsweetened tea and water. So you're
And
out of
duct
luck
tape.
there, but and duct tape.
Don't
So
forget the duct tape.
your guess is as good as mine. Which one she uses first?
Oh my gosh. Look. I'll put the links for Carmen's gear in the chat. Do you have them,
Yeah,
Carmen?
Carmen.
I don't have them.
Send me my buy me a coffee thing.
You want me to email it to you?
No, send it to me in Discord. Or text message.
Un momento, por favor.
See, senorita.
Whoever, I'm glad I'm not the only one who does that. I know when I take my car in to get its oil changed, I have to turn lights back on. That's already in my brain. Yeah, he turned like, you are so lucky. I was driving through the place that everyone gets pulled over with no lights on. And I made it get pulled over. But I would have been mad.
Caleb hates it when I drive his car because I always forget to put the seat back, and when he gets in, he like whacks his knee.
Oh,
because I'm too short. I can't reach the foot pedals.
Yeah, I didn't. They weren't low because they weren't on. They were on just like it was daytime, so they were bright. They were like daylight bright.
I shut them off all the time. I hate those things. The interior lights.
The cops didn't see you. Carmen, even though she's taller than I am, she sits closer than I do to the steering wheel. And she drove Brandon's truck one time, and he always just jumped in, never paid attention. And she did not put the seat back after she had driven it. So she goes to jump in and hits the steering wheel and bounces right back out.
You're just
Who
like,
did that? Mr.
Brandon.
Oh.
No,
all I hear is, damn it, Carmen.
That would have been funny.
Drive. And I'm not joking, because he would like literally jump in his truck. And he on the ground. He's like, if you're gonna drive my truck, put the freaking seat back. So funny. So
Oh my
funny.
God. Oh, Leska coming in with $5 super chat. True or false? The vast majority of oil changes take place between the sheets. Side eyes like oil.
True.
True? I don't know. Oh, duct tape isn't for keeping mouthy 10-year-old boys quiet. I don't know. I won't say.
Oh,
you do.
man.
Yeah, and oil change. All right. So I listened to the rest of Mr. Riddell testimony yesterday. The one word that caught my attention in his testimony was assume. I assumed. I'm like, if you would not, if you just asked a question, if you would just ask Rachelle herself, instead of making all these assumptions, you probably wouldn't be sitting in Orange, and her mom would probably still be here. Because he made all these assumptions that because Jason was saying stuff, not because he'd heard it from Rachelle. And I'm like sitting there listening to that, like, you gotta be freaking kidding me. You offed a person off of an assumption that somebody else told you, not even the person who supposedly wanted it done. So what a waste. What a waste.
Did you listen to yesterday's entire video?
I haven't got through the last witness.
Oh,
The
that's
one
where
that
I couldn't control myself. I kept laughing. It was the way she said it. Well, she had to take a crap, so we had to. I was like, what? But she was just like, said it so nonchalant. Oh yeah, she had to go take a crap. And
I
then,
have to go back and watch it too. I'm a slacker because I left
Yeah, I
towards
saw
the
when
end.
oh, you
you went to sleep, which was I
I
didn't
I
blame
l-
you.
I legit went right to bed. I was so tired.
Yeah, I didn't blame you. And when we got home, I like was like, peace out, I'm going to sleep. What's
were
up,
your
Mr.
ears
Brandon?
burning?
Yeah, were your ears burning? Did you have a
Yeah.
nostalgic feeling about bouncing off a steering wheel?
Because somebody being me drove your truck and didn't put the seat back.
Boom. Oops. The other witness that drove me absolutely crazy was Ian. Mr. Curly
Oh.
haired, short haired. He was an ass.
Mm.
He was horrible. And I'm like, Mr. Riddell had to show a lot of restraint probably when he was sent by Jason to come confront you about threatening Rachelle. Because if you would have, I'm pretty sure, had you said anything in the tone that you have said it to these attorneys, he would have knocked you into next week. And you would have deserved it. Like, he was so condescending and arrogant to the attorneys. And just like, well, I don't remember. Well, she said our anniversary was on like such and such a date, but like, I don't know. He was bad. Those were the ones that stood out. I know the crazy-eyed trooper, his daughter testified, but like,
Oh.
then it was like her friends were testifying.
Oh, Pete, Crazy Eyes.
Yeah, the trooper. I can't remember it. Klaus.
Yeah, Crazy
Claus.
Eyes Pete.
Not Klaus. Claus. But Brian Riddell and Ian, whatever his last name was, those were the two that stood out for me the most of the testimony. I still never heard. Oh, and then the fact that the judge said that she was like, sometimes we bring fruit in for the jurors or brownies or Dale donuts. I'm like, Dale donuts?
I thought she said stale donuts at first. I was like, did she just say stale donuts?
She might
And
as
she
well.
did. That's ridiculous. And then she was like joking, like, man, they were asking if I had a recipe. It's like, yeah, okay, Scarecrow, like you made these things. Get out of
Yeah.
here.
Like, I'm like, you can't even stop and get them fresh donuts? Like,
No, because
seriously.
she's hanging up in the cornfield, scaring away the crows. She doesn't have time to get fresh donuts. Jesus.
Just get down a little earlier. My gosh. Oh my gosh. The DNA expert was pointless. Absolutely
Oh, yeah.
pointless.
Yeah, everyone was saying that. The
when-
molecular specialist or whatever.
Yeah.
You know when you meet somebody and you can just tell by the way they look that they're way smarter than you? That's how I felt about her. I was like, get off the screen.
Well, okay then.
Who? Which one? Oh, the DNA specialist? Yeah.
My butt hurts.
So
It's my hip.
I'm not even gonna ask,
It's
but
like,
It's because of the gear. Weighs down on your hips.
well, for she didn't explain it well, nor was she asked to explain it well. The
No.
prosecutor cannot ask a good question.
No, absolutely not. He's like, what does this mean? And she's like, 1.5 pi times 87 equals 2,000 million, 45%. And we're like, where the hell did she get that number? What does that even mean? So did you find any of her DNA there? Did you find his? What do these numbers even mean?
And then when the defense was like, if she'd ever had been in the van, would her DNA be there? Well, and she didn't want to answer that. Well, yeah. And then the state gets up and says, well, if she was 600 miles away, would her DNA be in there? And she kind of looked like, are you what? And then she
No.
said, no. Like, oh, please.
It was
Frank-
just ridiculous.
We are in for Chief. I just forgot his last name. Chief
What is it? Alaska Bama?
Mark Habib. Sergeant Mark Habib from the Craig. The whole point of looking for DNA after a crime is that you leave some. Yes. The Craig, Alaska Police Department. I don't know why I can't get that up. So he's going to be today and then on Monday because his testimony is long. I felt like, whoops. Alaska Bama. I really kind of thought I was just trying to say that. What's up, Michael Green Chili Chicken? Been lurking here for a bit, just listening and laughing with you good folks. Well, glad you popped in to say hello. Prosecutor is extremely irritating.
Ugh.
Oh, I gotta share my screen again because I had to get out of here. So we will listen to him today and Monday, and then we on Tuesday will get into Jason Arendt, the other man involved in all of this. I think he was just borderline stalker. He just gave me those vibes of he was controlling. He wanted to keep Rachelle for himself, and that's what he wanted. And he didn't get it. He tried really hard. All right, let me know how the sound is. I have it sped up a little bit. I don't know if I need to slow it down or not, but here we go.
State your full name and spell your first name and your last name.
Mark Habib, M-A-R-K-H-A-B-I-B.
And how are you employed?
I'm a sergeant with the Craig Police Department,
How long have you been a police officer?
18 years.
And where have you been a police officer at?
I started out as a reserve officer in Anchorage and then took a full-time position with Whittier Police Department. I worked with the Whittier Police Department for about 4 years and then went to work at Craig Police Department in 92.
When you were at the Whittier Police Department, what ranks did you have there?
I started as a patrol officer and ended as a sergeant.
And then when you started at the Craig Police Department, what rank did you start at?
Started as a patrol officer and then a year and a half later was promoted to sergeant.
And how long have you been the sergeant there? Since then?
Since 93.
Okay. And what's your duties as a sergeant?
Basically, I supervise patrol and investigations, oversee dispatch operations and jail operations.
Okay. Do regular police and law enforcement activities something you do as well?
Oh, yes, I'm sorry. I do investigate, do follow-up interviews or follow-up investigations, primary response, things of that nature.
Okay. Now, on November 13th of 2004, were you involved in, helped out in the search of the Waterman residence?
Yes, I did.
Okay. And was that, I guess, Tuesday?
I believe it was, yes.
And when were you over there during the search?
I had arrived at the Waterman's residence that morning about 7 o'clock and was involved in a briefing with Sergeant McPherson, Trooper Klaus, and other investigators on the scene, pretty much just planning for the day and what needed to be done. At that time, I was tasked to go to the Craig School and talk to teachers that basically had a lot of questions since the rumors had been flying around. After I was done talking with the staff at the school and interviewing a few teachers, I returned back to the residence and assisted Sergeant McPherson with the search of the residence.
About what time was it you got back?
It was about 10:35 in the morning
Okay. And how long did you stay there then?
until 5:45 evening.
So you were there the whole rest of the search?
Yes.
Did the search end about 5:45?
About 5:45 we left the scene, or at least I left the scene.
Okay. And what was your involvement in the search?
Initially, I assisted the crime lab tech and, or I'm sorry, excuse me, I was down in the garage with the crime lab technician. Sergeant McPherson had asked me to photograph several pairs of shoes that were in the garage entryway up on a shoe rack. He wanted me to photograph the bottom of the shoes for shoe prints so that they could be used as possibly elimination prints.
Okay, and did you do that?
Yes, I did.
And then what'd you do?
I went back upstairs to the bedroom,
Which bedroom?
the master bedroom.
Which floor?
I believe it was that's a third floor.
Okay.
Went back up to the master bedroom. Chief C had pointed out to Sergeant McPherson and to me that they had found several fibers on the south side of Lauri Waterman's bed between the dresser and the bed. At that point in time, I helped search for fibers that were on the floor, and I did photograph some of the fibers, and I helped Sergeant McPherson collect some of the fibers.
Okay. And then what'd you do on your next part of it?
At one point, after completing that, well, if I could step back one, excuse me, while I was at the school interviewing some of the school staff and teachers that had been at the Chamber of Commerce meeting, I was given information on what Lauri Waterman was wearing the night before at the Chamber of Commerce meeting. That information indicated that Lauri was wearing a black sweater, black skirt with green leaves on it, black nylons, and black mid-heel shoes. When I returned to the residence that morning, I also advised Sergeant McPherson of that information, and we went upstairs and we checked Lauri Waterman's closet in the master bedroom. In the closet, we discovered that the green dress with the black dress with the green leaves was hanging inside of the closet, and the black sweater was laying on the floor. Her black shoes that she had worn that evening were sort of like kicked off into the closet, and upon opening the far left top dresser drawer, we discovered the black nylons appeared to have been thrown on top of everything in the dresser drawer.
Okay. And you found a nightgown there?
There was a white flannel nightgown. I believe it had some kind of pink designs on it, that was laying on the floor, partially on top of the black sweater that Lauri Waterman had worn the night before. That was also laying on the floor. It appeared that from those observations, it appeared that Lauri Waterman had made it home from the Chamber of Commerce meeting that night, and it appeared she had changed, put the nightgown on possibly, and gone to bed, and it appeared that she had gotten back up the next morning and taken the nightgown off. At that point, that's what we were determining.
Okay. And then it was after that you looked and you saw some fibers.
Yes.
About how many do you think you saw?
I counted approximately 25 fibers in the bedroom between the bed on the south side of the bed and the dresser, and then those fibers were also leading towards the bedroom door out into the hallway. Upon getting down on our hands and knees with flashlights and searching closer, I discovered a single fiber. I believe it was on the third floor, or the third stair landing going down in the house.
Okay. Could you describe what they were?
They were a nylon or polymer type of material. They were like a rust colored with I believe we had some other kind of color on it, like a yellowish kind of color. If I can have a moment here, I can.
Sure.
Yes, that's all I can say is they were basically a brownish mauve color, or I don't recall if they had a different color in them or not.
And so after you located them, and did you seize them? Or did,
When they were located originally, we did not seize them right away. We secured that area. We advised Sergeant McPherson of what was found, and the crime lab technician, Sergeant McPherson, shortly after came upstairs and helped photograph them, and then collected the samples.
all right. Now, did you have any involvement with the computers in the house?
Yes, there were 3 computers in the house. There was a Gateway P7550 computer that was found up on the top floor in the den or in the office area. There was a Gateway Solo laptop that was in the living room, sitting on the coffee table. There was a Gateway E machine that was found in Rachelle Waterman's bedroom. I was asked to basically photograph those and disconnect the computers so that they could be seized.
Okay, and why you?
Part of my duties at the police department is also a computer administrator and network administrator for the department,
Okay, so you were the one that had the most information, knowledge about that, right?
I suppose.
Okay. And other than just disconnecting them and unplugging them, did you do anything else with them?
I stacked them up out in the living room by the stairway where they sat until they were seized
Okay.
or taken away.
Did you what parts of the computer did you seize? Did you seize like the hard drive and then the monitor, or what exactly?
Just the CPU, the main computer unit, without mouse, monitor, or keyboard.
Did you see any webcams with them? Any of the computers?
In Rachelle Waterman's bedroom, I did notice that there was a digital camera, and I believe one of the round web cameras that sits on top of the computer. But
Okay, so she had both a digital camera and a webcam
yes, to include a printer.
and a printer. Okay. Now, did you do anything to look around on the outside of the house?
Yes, I had, I believe Sergeant McPherson requested that I go outside and search around the back and south side of the house. The back side, I'm sorry, would be the east side of the house. So I searched around the east side of the house and the south side of the house to look for any signs of anything that was out of place up against the house, any broken shrubs, any windows that had been tampered with or anything like that. At that time, I did not find anything.
All right. Did you see if any of those windows were locked or unlocked?
I believe that, I believe all the windows were locked.
Okay, on those, the back side and the south side of the building.
The south and the east side.
But you didn't check the garage side?
No, I
That
checked all the way around to the east side to where the back door led into the garage.
Okay. So you didn't check any of the garage windows at that time?
No.
Okay. Now, did you do a canvassing of the neighborhood?
Yes, I did. I believe I did that on the following morning.
Okay.
We were scheduled to meet at Cloak Trooper Post at about 8 o'clock in the morning for the morning briefing on this case. I had chose to come in early. I came in about 6:20. I arrived up on Ocean View Drive. I wanted to try to catch any of the neighbors before they had went to work, rather than try to have to track them down at work, bother them. Between 6:20 and 7:30 in the morning of the 17th, I checked with neighbors in front of the Waterman residence and on the west side, going all the way down Ocean View Drive, to include the same side as the Waterman residence, to find out if they had heard anything unusual on the evening of the 14th and 15th.
I mean, Saturday night, Sunday morning?
Saturday night, Sunday morning, correct.
Okay.
All of the neighbors pretty much said the same thing. They had not seen anything unusual or heard anything unusual because that was a very stormy night. Apparently, it was very windy that night, and they would not have heard anything.
All right. Now, on a later date, I guess November 22nd, did you look around on the garage side of the building?
Yes. On November 22nd, I was scheduled to go up and meet with Carl Waterman and Jeff Waterman up at their residence. I was going to go up and conduct an interview, mainly with Jeff, because I believe he had just returned home from college. After I completed the interview with Jeff Waterman, I had stepped into the garage and was speaking with Carl Waterman, or Doc Waterman as we know him, and I asked him if I could check around the garage by those side windows. I checked the side windows, and upon getting closer to the far window closest to the garage doors, I observed that the first thing that caught my attention was that in the window tracks there, where a sliding window would go, the tracks that guide that window, I observed that there's a large buildup of cobwebs, just like in the other windows, as most people have seen. And it appeared that the cobwebs had been pushed back, like when the window was open, and then when the window was pushed forward again to close, the cobwebs had broke and like a rubber band slung up against the window. When I leaned in closer to look at that, I was shocked to discover that there was what appeared to be a boot print on the windowsill.
Okay. By this time, Mr. Riddell had been interviewed and stated how he gotten in the house. Is that right?
I believe so, yes.
Okay. So that's not the reason why you looked at the window?
No.
Oh, okay. So then what'd you do when you saw what looked like a boot print on the glass? Did you do anything else, or excuse me, on the windshield? Did you do anything else there?
I went outside and checked the outside of the window to see if there was anything unusual out there. Upon looking outside of the house, or outside that window, I noticed a yellow spark plug box that was sitting on the ground underneath the window. Inside of the window on the workbench, directly in front of the window, there were several other yellow spark plug boxes that had been stacked up, sitting there. So this spark plug box appeared to have been knocked out of the window. At that point, I contacted Sergeant McPherson by telephone, or contacted him on his cell phone, and advised him of what I had found. And advised him that I was going to be taking photographs of it, asked if he wanted anything else done. Sergeant McPherson asked me if I had a gel lifting kit, and I told him I did not have one. He advised me he was going to contact Trooper Klaus and see if they had one at Trooper Post in Cloak. Shortly after, I don't remember how much longer it was after, Trooper Klaus contacted me and came over to the scene with a gel lifting kit. I had already taken photographs of the shoe print and the window and the spark plug box, and Trooper Klaus took a second set of photographs with his camera. That's not uncommon. We'll do that in case one camera malfunctions, especially with digital cameras. And then we lifted the footprint, or the shoe print, with the gel kit.
Okay. And Corporal.
No, John Kerry. I know it's going to shock you. This is not another boyfriend that Rachelle had, because she had all the boys. One way or another. This is Craig Police Sgt. Whatever. Why can I not remember his name? Mark Habib. I don't know why that's so hard. Anyways, so that's who this guy is. Just another investigator telling us things we've already heard 1,000 times and know. So he's too young for that. Ah, no. Jason thought of a way to get rid of the mom and Brian at the same time. He just blabbed to the cops first. Yep. I'm telling you, my money is on Jason at this point. And I think you're right, Heidel. I do think that Jason thought he was going to get away with it. Maybe he would be the hero. Nope, wrong.
Trooper Claus kept those.
Yes.
Okay.
All the evidence for that window was turned over.
I'm going to hand you a list. Show you what's on the first one, if you look on the back of it, does it say Plaintiff's Exhibit 159?
Yes, it does.
Okay, hold on a second. You can turn it over. And there's a photograph up there, the same one.
Yes, it is.
Okay, what's that picture of?
It's a picture of one of the sets of stairs in the Waterman residence.
Okay. Is this basically the same as all the landings like this?
Yes.
Plaintiff's 160. Can you identify this?
That appears to be the top landing at the Waterman residence.
And is this on the right side here of the landing? What's that?
Doorway.
Do you remember what room that goes into?
No, I do not.
Okay. And is it open on this side here?
Yes.
Okay. Plaintiff's, 161, the next one. Do you have it?
Yes, I do.
And what's this?
This is a separate room off of the master bedroom that is separated by the master bath and the landing where the stairs come up.
Okay. And Plaintiff's Exhibit 162. It's a little dark, but can you identify this? Huh?
This appears to be the master bedroom.
Okay. And this may be a little difficult, but is this area here where the bed, is that the bed
It's real dark.
in your picture?
It's a bedroom is all I can tell you.
Okay. Does it look like the master bedroom?
It does look like the master bedroom to an extent.
Okay. I don't know. But can you tell which bedroom it is then?
Not for sure, no.
Okay. Plaintiff's Exhibit 163. Do you know what this is?
That's the dresser in the master bedroom.
Okay. And was this the way you saw it that day?
Yes, it was.
Okay. Plaintiff's Exhibit 164. Can you identify this?
That's a First Bank fleece jacket that's in a plastic container.
Okay.
Appears to be new.
And let's see, were you looking for this jacket?
I can't say for sure if it was a jacket or not. I know I was told that Lauri had won something at a door raffle at the chamber dinner.
Okay. Plaintiff's Exhibit 165. What's that?
This is a photograph of Lauri Waterman's closet, focusing on the black dress with the green leaves.
That's in the middle there.
Correct?
Yeah, right there. Is that it?
Yes.
Plaintiff's Exhibit 166. Can you identify that?
That's the same dress.
And who's that?
That's Chief C holding the dress up.
Okay. Plaintiff's Exhibit 167.
This is a photograph of the white flannel nightgown laying on the floor partially on top of the black sweater.
Okay. That's the nightgown.
Correct.
And is that the sweater?
Correct.
Okay. Plaintiff's Exhibit 168. What's that?
That photograph of the black sweater that Lauri Waterman wore to the Chamber of Commerce dinner, or we believe this is the one that she wore.
And Chief C is holding that.
Chief C is holding that up.
Plaintiff's Exhibit 169. Can you identify this?
That's a photograph of black shoes that Lauri Waterman wore to the Chamber of Commerce
Is
dinner.
that one of them?
And there's the other one, yes.
Okay. And Plaintiff's Exhibit 170. What are those?
That's the shoes together.
Okay. After you take them out of the closet.
Yes.
All right. Plaintiff's 171.
This is a photograph of the top dresser drawer, and that's a photograph of the black nylons that were tossed on top of the contents of the drawer.
And that's that. Right there.
Correct.
That's been done by. Plaintiff's Exhibit 172. Can you identify this?
That's a photograph of the top of the dresser with jewelry box. There appears to be a,
Excuse me.
oops,
There we are.
that's it. There's a round jewelry box appears to, that had appeared to have a watch and 3 rings in it, we believe to be Lauri's wedding band.
Okay. Is Exhibit 173? Is that the next one?
No,
No. Okay. What's the next one you have?
176.
Oh, okay. Oh, I think that may have, all right, 176 is the next one. There we are. What's 176? That's the next one you have?
Yes.
Okay. What's that?
That was a finger from a latex glove that was, officers had found it in the master bathroom laying on top of a glass mirror. I was advised by Chief C that,
Well, he's already testified. So
okay.
Okay, but that's the one that was in the bathroom.
Yes,
Is Exhibit 177?
it's an overall view of the bed and the dresser in the master bedroom.
Okay. And what's that right there?
That's a ripped piece of paper that Chief C had used to, when he started discovering fibers, he started ripping pieces of paper to mark where the fibers were on the carpet.
Okay. And this is Exhibit 178. What are those?
More fibers.
179.
Again, more fibers.
These are all still in the bedroom.
Yes,
That's that one and that one.
correct.
And this is Exhibit 180. Another fiber.
This is a fiber that was located on the opposite side of the bed.
Okay. Right there.
Yes.
And Exhibit 181.
That is a fiber that was located near the door going into the master bedroom.
Okay. 182. What's that?
This is a close-up of one of the fibers.
Okay. And this is Exhibit 183.
Another close-up.
Okay. And this is Exhibit 184.
I believe this is a photograph of a hair fiber that Sergeant McPherson located in the bedroom on the floor.
Okay. And this is Exhibit 185.
Another fiber.
Okay. 186.
Another fiber.
Okay. 187.
Another fiber.
188.
Another fiber.
189.
This is the fiber that I located on the stairs at the 3rd level, going downstairs.
Is this be on the level between the 3rd floor and the 2nd floor?
Yes.
Okay. And it's Exhibit 208. Is that the next one you have?
Correct.
And what's this photograph of?
This is the garage window that was found to have been opened and had the boot print on the ledge.
In this picture, it's just open like gap. Was it like that when you saw it on the 22nd of November?
I don't remember if it was partially open like that or not.
But this photograph was taken on November 22nd?
Yes, it was.
Okay. And it's Exhibit 209. What's this photo of?
The same window.
Okay. Now, what's that right there I just marked? It's just been marked.
That's the yellow spark plug box that was sitting outside of the window.
Is that the one that you were talking about earlier?
Yes.
Okay. Now, Plaintiff's Exhibit 210, what's this picture of?
That's a close-up of the same spark plug box.
Okay. Plaintiff's Exhibit 211.
Same spark plug box.
Okay. Plaintiff's Exhibit 212.
The workbench directly in front of the window.
Okay. And what's that, the window?
That's the window itself, and the sort of type of tool chest that you can see 2 of the yellow spark plug boxes sitting on top.
Okay. Plaintiff's Exhibit 213.
A close-up of the spark plug boxes on the inside.
And these are the ones you're talking about here on the right side?
Yes.
And those were the same. Did you compare it with the one you found outside?
Yes, they appear to be the same make, model, manufacturer.
Okay. Plaintiff's Exhibit 214. What's this of?
That's the rail of the window where it slides back and forth.
Okay. And I think you mentioned something about the webs.
Yes, the cobwebs. You can see where the cobwebs.
Is it where I've marked Where have these been marked as? That where?
Yes.
What you're talking about? Okay. What was it that you mentioned again?
The cobwebs in the other windows appeared to have formed over the complete track, and when the window was opened, it pretty much compressed the cobwebs together. And when the window was closed again, instead of unfolding them, they broke and separated.
Okay. And Plaintiff's Exhibit 215.
That's a photograph of the shoe print.
Okay. It's in the center of the photo.
I'm sorry?
It's in the center of the photo,
Yes, it is.
right there.
Yes.
Plaintiff's Exhibit 216.
A closer close-up of the photo of the shoe print.
Okay. And these are you took before Trooper Claus arrived?
Yes.
59, 160, 161, 162, 163, 164, 165, 166, 167, 168, 169, 170, 171, 172, 176, 177, 178, 179, 180, 181, 182, 183, 184, 185, 186, 187, 188, 189, 208, 209, 210, 211, 212, 213, 214, 215, and 216, Your Honor.
No objection.
They're admitted.
Now, on November 19th, were you involved in helping the police record a conversation between Jason Arendt and Brian Riddell?
On what date?
November 18th?
Yes.
Okay. And why is it that you got involved?
With the
recording portion.
Part of my other duties at the department are drug enforcement, and I have experience in undercover drug operations, running undercover confidential informants, purchasing drugs, and the equipment we use is pretty vital in those operations, in recording the conversations between drug dealers. Because of my experience with the equipment, I was asked to assist in fitting Jason Arendt with the transmitting equipment and recording equipment.
Okay. Did you operate the machine while he was having contact with him, or what was your role during that? He was out there.
Once I outfitted him with the equipment and tested the equipment, then I instructed Trooper Sims on how to monitor or use the monitor to monitor the conversation. At that point, myself and Officer Bridge conducted surveillance basically for safety reasons. We basically once we were in the area, we departed the vehicle and set up in the wood line to watch the contact between Jason Arendt and Brian Riddell for safety reasons.
And where was this at?
This was out at down by Hollis.
The Hollis area.
It was right outside of Mr. Edwards' residence.
Okay. And did you end up having contact with Mr. Riddell during that time?
Yes, I did.
How'd that happen?
We, the Suburban that Officer Bridge and I were riding in the back seat had passed Mr. Edwards' house. We exited the vehicle to set up in the wood line, and as I turned around and walked towards the wood line, crossing the road, it was dark. Mr. Riddell walked up with a flashlight and was asking who was there. I believe before Mr. Riddell could get his flashlight on me, I put my flashlight in his eyes, shining my flashlights in his eyes so that he could not determine who I was or see any details on me. And I asked him, I told him we were looking for the Johnson residence or something of that nature. And he said there was no Johnsons that lived down there. About that same time, Jason Arant's vehicle came down the road, and he quickly turned around and headed back towards the house.
And how were you dressed?
We were in full tactical gear, dark navy blue fatigues, entry vests, Kevlar helmets, night vision goggles, assault rifles.
Okay. Kind of like what you see on a SWAT.
pretty much.
Okay. The flashlight you shine in Mr. Riddell's eyes, how strong was that?
Very strong. It's a standard police flashlight. I don't know the voltage or anything like that. But when I shine in your eyes, all you can see is the light. You can't see anything behind it.
Okay. And that was the only contact you had with Mr. Riddell at that location?
Yes.
Okay. And I think it was later that same night Mr. Riddell was arrested.
Yes, after the wire operation surveillance was done, we returned to the trooper post in Kloak, and I removed the transmitter and recording devices off of Mr. Arant, turned them over to Sergeant McPherson. He reviewed the information on it. I think there was some work done on additional search warrants and arrest warrants. And later that evening, Officer Bridge and I, acting as an arrest team, followed Sergeant McPherson and Trooper Klaus up to Thorn Bay, where they had arranged to meet with Brian Riddell to conduct an interview.
Okay. And after the interview, he was arrested?
He was arrested, yes.
And who transported him back to?
Myself and Officer Bridge.
Okay. Now, the next day, Jason Arent was arrested, is that right?
Yes.
Okay. And did you arrest him, or was it one of the other officers?
He was arrested, I believe, by Sergeant McPherson.
Okay. You know Jason Arent?
Yes.
And how does it you know him?
His mother's a dispatcher for the Craig Police Department. She's a dispatcher for the department for, I think, over 11 years, 11, 12 years.
Okay.
I know Jason from, I believe, since he was in junior high school.
Okay.
He started becoming interested in computers at a young age, and since I was handling the computer networking at the department, if he had a question, his mother would ask me, can Jason stop up here for a minute today and ask you a question about computers? That happened probably 5 times.
Okay. Did you see him much outside of the police department?
No.
Okay. Did he ever come up to your house?
I believe he came up to the house once. I think it might have been a couple years ago to borrow a couple DVD movies for his mom, or he stopped by to borrow a couple DVD movies for his mom.
All right. And in November of 2004, where was he living at?
I believe he was living with his mother and father in Kloak.
In Kloak. Okay. And was he employed?
Yes, he was working as a janitor at the Kloak school.
Okay. Now, would you describe your relationship with Mr. Arent as a friend?
No. I mean, no. I knew him based on what I just told you through his mom.
All right. Now, after he was arrested, after he was arrested, did you have contact with him?
At the station?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. And what was the reason for contacting him at the station?
After he was arrested and placed in a cell?
Yeah.
We had obtained information over the course of the investigation that led us to believe that Rachelle Waterman was involved in the plot or planning in the murder of her mother.
Did you interview people at the school?
Yes.
And when did you interview?
Oh, there were several times. On the 16th, I interviewed several staff members at the school. On the 17th, I interviewed Amanda Bossel at the Craig School. I also interviewed Amanda on the morning of the 17th at her residence. So yes, throughout the week I had interviewed students up at the Craig High School.
Okay. Now, you interviewed them. Where did you interview them at?
In the principal's office.
Okay. And who was present during the interviews?
The principal is always present.
Okay. You, the student, and the principal.
Correct.
Did you see Ms. Waterman during these times when you were there?
On 2 occasions, on the 17th, while I was conducting an interview with Lauri Taylor, a student at the school, while talking to her, I observed Ms. Waterman walk in from the hallway of the school into the outer office area and standing at the front counter of the outer office and working hard to peer into the principal's office. It appeared to me she was looking to see who I was
I would
talking to.
object to what it appeared to him like speculation.
If you could just tell us what you observed.
I observed her come into the outer office and stand there looking into the principal's office through the glass door.
Okay. What kind of door is it?
It's a standard door with a glass window in it.
Okay. And what you said there was twice?
Again, on that same date, I had been called back to the school to conduct an interview with Amanda Vossel at about 2:40 in the afternoon. Again, while I was interviewing her in the principal's office, the same thing happened. I observed Miss Waterman come in quickly from the hallway into the outer office, stand at the front counter, and peer in to the principal's office through the window.
Okay. And I think you, okay. You also interviewed Ms. Vosslow at her home with her mother present at that time?
Yes, that was on the morning that I had checked with or contacted neighbors in the Waterman neighborhood.
All right. Now, the interview you did with Mr. Aaron on, I guess it was Friday the 19th?
Yes.
Okay. Were you aware of what had happened in the interview that had occurred Wednesday with Ms. Waterman and the Trooper Claus and Trooper Aaron?
Yes, some of the details. Like I said, pretty much every day that week during the investigation, we were having morning briefings and evening briefings at the end of the day. There were some days where we actually had like lunch briefings also. So we were having 3 briefings a day, comparing notes and determining which avenue to go next.
Okay. And so you decided to approach Mr. Aaron and see if he had any information about Ms. Waterman, is that right?
Correct.
Okay. And how did you do that?
I contacted him. He was housed in cell number 5 at the Craig jail facility up at the police department. I went back and talked to him in his jail cell.
All right. And you recorded it?
Yes.
Okay. And second. What's the next number we have on our exhibit list?
317.
317. I'm going to show you what the mark identification is with 317. You know what this is?
The CD with my interview conducted with Mr. Rott on the 19th.
Okay. I'd like to introduce this to evidence and play it around.
Right. Why don't we take a short break before that occurs? To reconvene at 10 minutes after the hour, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. Again, please remember the admonition. Have no contact with the parties, witnesses, or others. Keep an open mind. Don't discuss the case even with one another. Sergeant Habib, you could step down, but if Counsel and Ms. Waterman could stand by for a few moments.
Sorry, I'm like clicking and it's going.
I was literally waving my hands and I was like, my camera's not on. They can't see me.
I put up a poll.
I
Sorry.
saw that. I already locked in my answer.
So I put up a poll. If trial ended today, how would you find Rachelle? Guilty, not guilty, not sure. Rachelle was a town bicycle.
If I could have two, that would be definitely one that I would pick. Hands down. But I did pick the other one.
So,
But what I was trying to say in chat
sorry.
was, first I said, Carmen, did you walk face first into plants again? Then I said, let me know if we have to be pirates again, because I have to unpack my eye patch. I also said, she's my bestie, and I would gladly be pirates with her anytime. But because I was trying to say something nice, YouTube was just like, Gabby, get bent.
But
So
it let
I
you
typed
say
it
that
in.
Carmen told you to get bent.
Yes. Yeah.
It was okay
I
with
could
that.
tell. I could tell YouTube to go beep itself, this, that. I could write the whole swear in and it would let it go through. But if I said the word blender in the chat, talking about blending strawberries to make a smoothie, it wouldn't let it through. I'm like, really? There's no swears in that. That makes sense.
But smoothies,
Yeah.
they're threatening.
Blender was a problem before.
The blender. The blender's a threat. Okay. You
Yeah.
know.
I'm like, which one was the threatening word this time? Pirate or eye patch?
I thought I saw
Or
that
bestie?
one. I thought I saw the iPad.
There was one that went through, but the other ones that I was like saying I would be a pirate with her so she wouldn't have to go by herself with an eye patch, it wouldn't let that through. And I typed it
Okay.
5 different ways.
Because I kind of saw, like, I saw you say you said stuff through YouTube and it won't let it through. And then Carmen said, do you want to
Yeah,
share
well,
a
you
class? And then I was trying to get that typed in, so I didn't see all the rest of hello. Hello.
Thanks, Bri. I knew you could sense that I was waving my hands. I mean, you are pretty close to me.
You take that however you want, Michael Green.
You mean like a doorknob?
She had a lot of turns.
She'd be riding that train. You know what I'm saying?
Riding something.
She's riding the bike. She's riding the doorknob. She's riding it all. She probably rode the workbench. You never know.
Ah, gross.
Cat door.
Ew. She had her own. Okay.
Well,
I just about made myself throw up.
What's wrong with that?
oh, Carmen.
Nothing.
And I didn't.
Oh, and she
walk-
recycled.
She did.
Frank's
That's pretty funny.
like zingers.
Oh my goodness.
I think that.
Bryce says, how did you spell blender with an F, with the U, with the C, and the K?
No, I only spelt it that way after it wouldn't let me say the word blender. And then when I spelt it the F-U-C-K way, it went through.
It was like, here you go.
Yeah.
I probably thought you were a bot at first. They're like, why are you being so nice? And then it was like, oh no, that's her.
That's her.
Yeah, YouTube is just not used to me being nice. So like that's a bot. That has to be a bot. She said something nice.
Yes, I think that's what's happening.
Yeah, but you should know better. Don't ever put the eye patch up because I do. You know how it is.
You know.
Okay.
All right.
Me too, Ronnie.
See you later.
Who's leaving?
Dr. Phil's cousin.
Oh, he's not leaving. They're just taking a break.
Oh. I was like, it looks like he's turning the corner of that desk with authority right there in that
Running.
pause.
He should. No, we got him. We got him today and Monday.
Oh.
So, yep. But
Oh.
vote in the poll.
I thought it was Miss Piggy's cousin who was up next.
I want to see it. End it.
Carmen knows exactly what I'm talking about.
All right, so we got guilty at 14%, not guilty 36%, not sure 29%, and Rachelle was the town bicycle at 21%.
So it sounds like it's pretty even across the board then.
Yep.
Yeah. I
Oh,
should have picked the town bike. Why not?
oh well, we'll have that. All right, Ethan.
Hilarious. Did you just call me a heathen?
No,
Oh, I thought you said, all right, heathen.
no, I said alrighty then. I can't help what you're
Oh.
hearing.
All right,
Yeah.
That is your own guilty conscience going.
I totally heard, all right, heathen.
No, I just said alrighty then.
Right,
Same
that
Gabby
makes sense.
saying, hey, I can't help what your conscience, your minds are going. Oh my goodness, are we heathens? I did not say
I'm
that.
totally a heathen. Yeah, I'm definitely
right.
there. All right, bye.
All right, hit and play. Are y'all done with me now? Carmen?
What?
Carmen?
What are you doing?
I don't know. We get it done.
Oh my gosh.
She's like, I'm bored.
Hey, at least she's not a minor, Bri.
Oh my god. That's awesome.
How you doing?
I thought she was messing with her watch, and then I'm like, wait a minute.
No.
All right.
March is still on.
Are you good now? Okay, because Gabby and I cannot come save you if you get stuck. It'd be like that till Cheyenne gets home. And she'll be like, all right. All right. Play. Oh my gosh. Let's ruffle the papers more, please.
Please be seated. Before, or just as I was walking in behind the jury, I was handed two notes from members of the jury. One reads, Judge Collins, are there any rules where the media is concerned while we are in the courtroom? Some of us are concerned at being filmed or photographed and would rather they respect our privacy if possible. With counsel's approval, I'll simply read the provisions of Rule 50 that prohibit the taking of any photographs, videotaping, or otherwise filming of the jury at any time during the course of the proceedings, and advise them that the media was advised of that rule, have all signed in writing to abide by that rule, and to my knowledge, there's been no violation, and that they're clearly aware of those provisions. Is that agreeable?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Then I had a second question from a juror that reads as follows. I'd like to know if there would be a consequence to a juror leaving the group of 15 for medical reasons. Would the trial be compromised? This may be why we have 3 extra people, ? I have a medical concern that I will pursue either immediately or after the trial. If I start investigation with doctors in the afternoons, I might be swept away, or it might come to naught. I propose the following written response to that juror, if I can find it.
I hope she keeps flipping all those papers up a little bit more and more.
I can't.
Darn.
In brief, the proposed response is as follows. Please pursue any medical concern that you have. If immediate treatment becomes necessary, we would not want you to endanger your health in any way. Additional jurors beyond the mandatory 12 jurors required for any verdict are in place to account for such emergencies.
Sounds all right with me.
That sounds appropriate.
All right, then with your permission, I'll simply have that typed up and send it to that juror. And I'll, again, read Rule 50 when the jury comes back after the break.
Okay.
All right.
One thing, scheduling issue. Sergeant Habib's my last witness I have available for today, so if we finish before 2:30, I don't have anybody else to present today. I mean, we've got 8 witnesses and Mr. Riddell. It's
No.
quite a bit today.
We will not finish before 2:30, Your Honor. I can tell you that.
Okay. Well, I guess that answers that question. Thank you, off record.
Well, he sounds confident. Just states like,
Please be seated. Counsel, you wish to take up a matter outside the presence of the
I
jury?
do, Your Honor. The state has indicated that it wishes to play Mr. Aaron's police interview with Mr. Habib. I object. It's hearsay, and it violates my client's right to confrontation under both the United States and the Alaska Constitutions. Mr. Aaron has not testified. That can be brought in against Mr. Aaron to impeach. It can be brought in to rehabilitate after impeachment. The statements of Mr. Habib during that interview can be used to impeach him based upon bias and other matters, but the statement itself of Mr. Aaron cannot come in. It's just pure hearsay, and I would object to that.
The reason I was introducing it is because in his opening statement, Mr. Wells talked about Sergeant Habib talking to Mr. Aaron and telling him about all this stuff. So, I mean, the defense brought it in. I mean, if I'll withdraw it then, as long as the defense doesn't go into what was said in the interview either, because then it constitutes hearsay as well. So I'll withdraw then the playing of it. But if the defense tries to go into any part of it, I'll object on hearsay grounds as well.
No, there's a profound difference between the statements of Mr. Aaron and Mr. Habib. And I am entitled to cross-examine Mr. Habib on the things that he said to show his state of mind, to show his bias. Under Edwards, a bias is never collateral, and I am entitled to cross-examine on it. It is a fundamental right as part of the right of confrontation. But just because I can deal with the statements of Mr. Habib does not mean then that all of the statements of Mr. Aaron get to come in. They do not. And there's a
All
profound
right,
difference.
just so I'm clear on this, you do wish to ask Sergeant Habib questions about what he
said.
If I could just finish, about what he said to Mr. Arant.
About what he said, and there is essentially one statement from Mr. Arant that does not have to do with this case that again shows it is admissible in this case because it shows essentially what the state is doing by manipulating Mr. Aaron.
If you could just cite to me the exception to the hearsay rule on which you rely, because it clearly does not fall within the state of mind exception.
On which one? For Mr. Habib or Mr. Aaron?
With respect to Mr. Habib, I think I just heard you object to introducing hearsay statements by Mr. Arant. So let's talk about your desire to bring in statements by Mr. Habib.
Well, for one, there are previous statements of a witness, and they're available for impeachment. And
But what are you impeaching Sergeant Habib about?
essentially, Sergeant Habib comes in and begins to lecture Mr. Ahrens and tells him...
But I don't think he's been asked any of those questions on direct, so I'm having a little trouble with your saying that you want to impeach him with that.
Well, the state is going to certainly bring it up, and I have no problem with them summarizing that at that point in time, Mr. Ahrens had indicated, hey, all right, now finally, Ms. Waterman is involved. I mean, a summation is one thing. That's typically done. Based on this interview, we then thought that Ms. Waterman was involved, and so we took further steps. There's a profound difference between that and playing everything that Mr. Ahrens had said.
I'm on to Sergeant Habib.
Okay.
Mr. West has already said he's going to withdraw his request to play the tape of the statements by Mr. Ahrens.
Okay.
You then, so that issue's not before us.
Okay.
You then indicated that you wanted to ask Sergeant Habib questions about out-of-court statements that he made to Mr. Ahrens. Mr. West said he would object on hearsay grounds. I'm asking you what the exception is on which you rely.
Well, for one, I'm not introducing a lot of them for the truth, because
If you're not introducing them for the truth, then what's the relevance?
they to essentially show the effect upon Mr. Arendt, to show why Mr. Arendt made his statements. And as part of Ms. Waterman's right to present a defense, we have the right to show why, despite 5 different interviews in which he's never said anything, Mr. Arendt suddenly says, okay, Rachelle is involved. And I'm entitled to use Mr. Habib's statements to show why he had that change of mind. It impeaches Mr. Arendt and it impeaches Mr. Habib.
All right. So, and as best as I can tell, you anticipate Mr. Arendt to testify to the effect that he never said anything that implicated Rachelle Waterman until this interview.
Yes.
And then you want to be able to ask Sergeant Habib about what he said to Mr. Arendt for the sole purpose of, not for the truth of the matter, but to show the impact it may have, that you would ask the jury to infer it had on Mr. Arendt. Am I correct as to that? Wouldn't it be most appropriate then, if and to the extent that you wish to introduce that evidence, to recall Sergeant Habib after you've laid this foundation through Mr. Arendt? Obviously, I haven't heard the tapes of Mr. Arendt either. I don't know if this is the first time I have no idea what he says in his given interviews.
Well, Mr. Habib has already testified that they're having meetings and briefings, and he's part of the investigative team. He should know what they have said.
I'm sorry, I don't know who the they is you're referring to.
I'm sorry, he should know what Mr. Arendt and Mr. Riddell have said.
But you've objected to those statements coming in on the grounds that they would be hearsay. So until Mr. Arendt testifies, how can I know if there's a foundation for it? In other words, if I hear consistent testimony from Mr. Arendt to what you're representing to the court, it may be that you can and should be permitted to recall Sergeant Habib on that basis. But as I sit here, I don't know if the foundation can be laid. Anything further on that point?
Let me ask if I understand. Let me ask if I understand the court correctly. The court then. So if the court grants my objection, then my remedy at that point is once Mr. Arendt testifies to recall Mr. Habib. Am I understanding that correctly?
Well, you always have the right to recall to recall a witness in your case.
My case, that's correct.
If that's your desire, and so.
Well, it's just if that's the court's ruling, then I want to preserve my record, but then given those circumstances, withdraw my objection. Does that make sense?
No.
Okay.
Well, I mean, you're welcome to do it. I'm just not sure what are you withdrawing your objection to?
If the court is indicating that I would have to wait until after Mr. Arendt testifies to do this.
Well, I guess your argument suggests to me that you want to ask Sergeant Habib about all sorts of things that Mr. Arendt said prior to the time that he spoke to him in the cell, and then what he said after the time he spoke to him in the cell. But you would object to having the state introduce the actual tape of what was said. And so it seems to me until if and to the extent I sustain your objection to Mr. Arendt's testimony or statements to the police coming in through the state's case in chief, and I think that your hearsay objection is well taken. I don't know how you can get it in until after Mr. Arendt has testified. I mean, it seems to me it's hearsay regardless of which party seeks to introduce it.
I understand that. I'm just sitting here considering, because at that point it's either recall Mr. Habib or deal with this now.
Right. I mean, it may be after Mr. Arendt testifies that the tape will suddenly become relevant as a prior inconsistent statement. I have no idea, but I've never heard the tape and I haven't heard Mr. Arendt testify.
All right. Well,
so I'm just unable to
And
guess as to what's coming.
okay, my argument would be that the impeachment that I am seeking to is not so much what Mr. Aaron and Mr. Riddell had said, but what Mr. Habib had understood that they had said, which is, again, to explain what he has done and for purposes of impeachment. That would be my argument. My understanding is that the court has considered my argument and has essentially rejected it.
Well,
Or
what
not.
my ruling has been what I've said, not
Okay.
not what you've interpreted it to be.
Okay, I understand.
So,
I guess what I'm trying to do is two things at once. Number one, preserve my record, but number two, if that's the way that the court would rule, I would withdraw my objection then, and we will deal with this, because rather than recall Mr. Habib, my thinking is just let's go ahead and deal with this. Okay?
it's your choice, because I sustained your objection to the playing of the tape. But if you want to withdraw that objection, that is your choice.
Well, let me just say that for the record, I disagree with the court's ruling about how I could impeach Mr. Habib without playing the tape, but I understand the court's ruling, so I am going to withdraw that based upon the court's decision. Does that make sense?
No.
Okay, well, it's on the record, and I'll let the Court of Appeals figure it out if we have to get there. All right?
I would like to understand, you're withdrawing your objection to playing the tape of Mr. Arand, despite the fact that I've said that I would sustain your objection based on hearsay grounds.
Essentially, it's my understanding is
Because you'd like to ask Mr. Habib what Mr. Harant said rather than listening to the tape?
Because I want to deal with what Mr. Habib said. Maybe I'm misunderstanding. Would the court allow me then to impeach Mr. Habib on what he said?
I don't know that you've laid a foundation to impeach Mr. Habib. Maybe. If
Okay.
Mr. Habib has made prior inconsistent statements to what he's testified to today, you can impeach him with those statements. If that's what you're asking for, the rule would allow that.
Impeach not just with inconsistent statements, but impeach for bias. And that's
Well, it
what
depends. I mean, bias is a very big word that sometimes can be used in these cases to basically excuse application of all evidence rules, and it doesn't extend that far. Certainly, you're entitled to explore for bias, but I don't know what you mean by how you plan to ask these questions.
All right, I will.
I mean,
What I will do is
exploring for bias doesn't do away with the evidence rules, so you just need to tell me what you plan to do.
I understand. At this point, what I plan to do is just go ahead then and withdraw my objection, and then deal with it at that point. I will go ahead and withdraw my objection then and just proceed with the cross-examination of Mr. Habib. All right?
Okay.
And,
Are we ready for the jury?
And I'll just, for the record, withdraw my withdrawal of the exhibit and reintroduce it.
Okay. Let's bring in the jury.
I'm sorry, what was that?
I withdrew my withdrawal because I had, when you hearsay, I withdrew my introduction to the evidence.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, and I'm sorry for the delay. I shared a letter written by one member of the jury, that asked whether there were any rules where the media is concerned while the jury's in the courtroom, and expressed that some jurors were concerned about being filmed or photographed, and would ask that the media respect the privacy interests of each and every one of the jurors. Let me begin by saying that before any member of the media may come into a courtroom in Alaska, they must make written application to the court under very specific rules that govern any sort of media coverage of court proceedings. They must agree to be bound by those rules, and of course, we have them sign those documents. And one of the key aspects of Rule 50 that governs such proceedings is that jurors may not be photographed, filmed, or videotaped at any time during the proceedings. So if you feel as if you were being filmed, photographed, or videotaped, both in the courtroom or outside the courtroom, I would want you to notify me. If you felt like even there was some possibility of inadvertent contact by a member of the media and you or your families, I would want you to tell me. The court has very wide discretion in terms of dealing with violations, and I advised all members, all persons that indicated an interest in covering these proceedings in any way, that we would expect strict compliance with the rules that govern the media in Alaska's courtrooms. And to my knowledge, based on information from our area court administrator, there have been no violations. But if you suspect that there might have been, I would want to know that immediately and would take appropriate action. Okay. Returning to the trial. Sergeant Habib, I remind you that you remain under oath.
Did you know Ms. Waterman?
Is that
I knew
good?
who she was, yes.
And how is it you knew who she was?
She lives in Craig. Craig's small.
Okay. Did you know either Doc Waterman or Lauri Waterman?
Yes.
And how'd you know them?
I knew Lauri Waterman from, she worked at the elementary school in Craig, and we go up in the morning, day shift officers. We will try to go up there in the morning and park in front of the drop-off point for the parents. Excuse me. I'd see her in the hallways or out at the drop-off point. We basically stand out there and talk to the kids as they come in, the elementary school kids, and so they can see an officer standing there. I would see her up at the school if I did a walkthrough of the elementary school. She'd always say hi.
Okay. Did you see him? Did you have much contact with Doc Waterman?
I bumped into Doc all the time. See him at the post office. He'd say hi, Mark. Still does. He was. Let me make sure I get this straight. He was the realtor handling the house that my wife and I purchased, and he was handling it for the seller. He was not our realtor, but he stepped in and helped us out and helped get the paperwork together and get everything going for the purchase of the house.
Okay. Did you see him socially?
No, not really. Just throughout the day. I work day shift. Doc's roaming around town working real hard, and I see him up at the post office. Every time Doc drives by, he waves.
Okay. Did you have any contact with Ms. Rachelle Waterman in the schools?
No, not to my knowledge. I don't remember having any contact with her.
Do police officers of the Craig Police Department go up to the high school or elementary schools?
Yes, we'll do walkthroughs at the school. Normally in the morning, like I said, at the elementary school, we're up there more to keep the parents that are in a hurry to get to work, kind of keep them in line from speeding around and dropping their kids off at the circle, and gives the kids a chance to meet and talk with the officers, and the officers talk to the kids. During lunch periods, we'll wander through the middle school or the high school and just walk through. High school, the chief of police tends to handle the high school a lot. He likes to walk through the high school.
Okay. Does the Craig Police Department have a DARE program?
We did.
When did they have that?
Oh, wow. It's been, I believe, about two years since we lost our DARE officer. He transferred.
Okay. And how long did it occur before then? I mean, how long did you have for?
I'm going to guess about 6 years.
Okay. Did you do any of the DARE presentations in school?
No,
Okay.
I'm not DARE certified.
Do you supervise him,
Supervised?
the DARE officer?
Yes.
Okay.
I supervise him, write his evaluations.
Okay. But do you go in and do the presentations when the other officer would? The DARE officer would do?
No.
Okay.
If I could, I believe at the, no, I never went into the classroom sessions with the kids. At DARE graduation for the kids, I believe I showed up to 3 or 4 DARE graduations in a row and photographed the officer with all the DARE graduate students. I did do that.
Okay. And she's doing some fibers. I'm going to show you a identification as well.
Good job, Brandon. Now you have to go buy the new washer and dryer that you wanted anyway, right? I accidentally snapped the top of the washer. Just kidding. This does have the weirdest testimony, weirdest witnesses, awful audio. Ugh. Cops can't tell kids not to do drugs. Why not? I know you weren't, but it's a necessity. It's cheaper than going to a laundromat. Runs in the breaking the washer runs in the family. I don't intend to be you two. All right, hitting the play.
This earlier, but you can show us what they said.
Can I open it?
Sure.
Is there going to be anything in there?
Okay.
What's in coconut the other? What's are these?
It looks like a piece of paper with tape on it that's trapping some type of fibers.
Okay. These look familiar.
Oh, really?
Does this look like the ones that we saw in the?
Yes.
Okay. Is there any more in there?
Yes, several.
Sort of.
I don't think you're gonna get just one.
Oh,
Here, number of here.
gross.
These are the type of ones that we found.
Yes, sir.
How come he had the fibers?
Specific
but the other two
No
didn't have
objection.
any fibers.
12 is admitted.
I mean, he had a knot of fibers. It's gross. I bet these are the fibers from the first guy that.
I don't have any other questions for Sergeant Habib.
Cross-examination?
Thank you.
I don't know.
Whenever you're ready.
Thank you. Do you enjoy using your job to give privileges and benefits to your coworkers and their families?
Objection, argumentative.
Sustained. If you could rephrase, please.
I'll tell you what, let me just start from a little bit of a different perspective. Lauri Waterman was reported missing Sunday afternoon on November 14th, right?
Correct.
Start one of my charts again. You all read that? Now, you said that you first wound up getting involved, I think on the 16th, when they had a meeting in the morning and you were assigned to go interview people at the school, right? I think that was your testimony on direct?
That was my testimony when Mr. West asked if I was involved in the search warrant. I started the morning of the search warrant
On
on the 16th. Yes, sir. I initially became involved on the 15th.
Searching the house?
No, Chief C had contacted me at home. I was on my day off. He advised me that the troopers were investigating a burnt-out van that possibly had a body in it. He called me back later on that day. Again, I was still at home, and advised me that he had talked with Doc Waterman, and that there was a report from Doc Waterman that Lauri was possibly missing, and he had advised me that he was had talked with the troopers, and he was going to be going over to speak with Doc Waterman because rumors were starting to get out of control around town. People pretty much knew that Lauri Waterman drove a minivan, and put two and two together. I responded up to the station and stood by. He came back to the station after speaking with Doc and advised me that Doc had pointed out some items to him, and he at that point seized the house.
So did you then go to the house that night on the 15th?
I drove by the house to ensure that a Craig officer had been assigned to guard the outside of the house, which Officer Villers had been assigned to guard the outside of the house. I stopped by to see if Officer Villers needed anything for the night.
So primarily you really started on the morning of the 16th with the execution of the search warrant. Was your major involvement started?
Yes.
Okay. So you went to the Craig, elementary school?
Well, it was Craig Middle School. It's connected to the elementary school.
Okay. So you went there and you interviewed then teachers and other people that knew Ms. Waterman.
Initially, I went there there was a lot of talk going around, and since Ms. Waterman worked at the school, there was a lot of concern by school teachers that they wanted some answers, basically. I went up to them and told them that at this point in time, we could not confirm if the body that was found in the van was Lauri Waterman, but we were investigating. And
you confirmed that the body that was in fact Lauri Waterman on Wednesday, right?
I believe it was Wednesday.
All right. So at this time you're at the middle school, and then roughly in mid to late morning, that's when you wound up over at the Waterman house to assist with the execution of the search warrant on the house, right?
Yes, that was. I arrived back at the Waterman residence at 10:30, approximately 10:30.
I'll put search SW for search warrant. And then you stayed there for then the rest of the day, right? Like you said, about 5:45 that you quit?
Yes, sir. About 5:45.
And then the next day, that's when you wound up then going, and I think you described it as canvassing the neighborhood, right?
Correct.
That was the street that Doc Waterman lived on, right?
Yes, Ocean View Drive.
All right. And you, I think, completed most of your interviews by about, 7:30, 8 o'clock or so in the morning, at least on Ocean View Drive?
I returned to Clock Trooper Post at 8:30. I had spent from 7:35 to approximately 7:50 interviewing Amanda
Vossloh.
Voslo.
All right, and then from there, is that when you went back out into the high school?
On Wednesday?
Yes.
No, sir. After I got done interviewing Amanda?
Yes.
No, I went to Post.
Yes.
Yes.
And then where did you go?
At about 10:15, I went to the Craig High School and conducted an interview with Laura Taylor.
All right, now, at about 9 or so, or I guess that morning, that's when Trooper Sims and Voljeski were interviewing Mr. Riddell and Mr. Aaron, right?
I believe so. I'm not for sure exactly what times they were doing what.
Sometime in that morning somewhere.
I believe so.
Okay. I'll put JA for Jason Aaron, interview. BR for Brian Riddell, interviewed. Now, you weren't present on either one of those interviews, were you?
No, sir. Those took place out near Hollis. Or I believe they took place out by Hollis.
And you described briefings that the investigation team would go through, right?
Correct.
And you said that you would have a briefing in the morning,
We would normally meet in the morning and brief on what needed to be taken care of that morning.
and then also have a brief in the evening, right?
Close the day briefing, correct?
And sometimes at lunch.
Sometimes at lunch.
So you had kind of an idea of what was going on throughout the investigation, right?
Yes and no. You didn't always know what was going on because you may have come in directly after the briefing had just been completed, and 5 or 6 of the officers or investigators had already left out, and you came in, gave Sergeant McPherson your results, and then he would task you with another list of things to do.
But at this point, right, at least throughout the process of the briefing and the investigation, while you may not know every detail, you've got a pretty good idea as to where it's heading.
Yes.
All right, and you're also probably at this point in time contacting the district attorney's office to make sure that all the warrants are filled out properly and that you're proceeding legally, right?
Sergeant McPherson and Trooper Klaus handled that.
Okay, but that is being done by the investigation team.
I'm going to assume they were doing it. They were handling that. I did not handle that.
That's a routine part of an investigation.
Normally
right?
Normally it is, yes.
Okay. And you learned that essentially in these interviews, they denied any involvement in the death of Lauri Waterman, right?
I don't recall.
You had to interview them on the night of the 18th after the glass walk, right?
I didn't interview Jason or Brian Riddell on the 17th.
But you're an investigating officer, right?
Correct.
And you know that this interview took place on Wednesday morning, right?
I believe it did, yes.
And Jason Aaron was not arrested after that interview, was he? Immediately after?
No, he was not arrested on the 17th.
And neither was Brian Riddell, was he?
No, he was not.
Okay. And don't confessions generally, aren't they something that you want when you seek to arrest somebody?
Prior to an arrest? It could be prior to an arrest or after an arrest.
But if they had confessed at this interview, isn't it reasonable that probably they would be looked at pretty hard?
If they had given any information or indication that they had any involvement, they would be looked at very hard.
Okay. And at this point in time, you're talking with Laura Taylor, right? Thereabouts.
Yes.
Now, you said that during this interview with Ms. Taylor, that Rachelle came by to see you, right? She came by the office where you were.
She came into the main office of the high school.
Now, her mom shows up missing on Sunday, right?
Yes.
And Monday, rumors are flying all over the island that there's a van with a burned body found in it.
By Monday afternoon, things were starting to get, from what like I said, I was off duty that day. Chief C advised me that rumors were starting to travel pretty fast.
If he said that at 8 o'clock in the morning on Monday morning, the coffee shop was abuzz with rumors, would you have any reason to believe that he was wrong?
I'm sorry, if the chief told me that?
Yeah.
I would have no reason to disbelieve the chief.
Okay, so rumors are flying across the island. Monday night is when you identify the van, right?
I'm not sure.
Monday night is when Chief C went to say the van matches the VIN numbers of the van that's registered to Doc and Lauri. Isn't that right?
I didn't do that portion, and I
You
don't.
just stated earlier that Chief C called you at home and said, I've got to go tell Doc because the rumors are flying and I need to give him that information.
No,
Do you remember that?
Yes, he stated he was going to go talk to Doc Waterman.
Talked to him and said that
gonna
the van
object.
was identified.
One at a time.
There,
Finish his answer before we ask the next question.
I'm sorry. Chief C had called me up and told me that there were starting to be rumors that were going around pretty heavily, and he was going to go up and talk to Doc Waterman and basically advise him that they were investigating this van out here. And I believe, to the best of my recollection, he was going to tell him that, basically to start preparing him that it very well could be. I don't know if they had identified the van at that point as Lauri's or not.
But the body was not identified till Wednesday, right?
I believe it was Wednesday.
Let me ask you something. You're obviously a Craig police officer when you show up at school, right? To interview Laura Taylor on the 17th, you're in your uniform and all?
Yes.
And law enforcement is certainly investigating this particular incident, right?
Yes.
And at this point, there still is no identification of whose body was in that van, right?
Correct.
And so Rachelle Waterman comes by to see you. Isn't that your testimony?
She came down to the
To the office.
to the outer office, and she stood at the front counter and then leaned back and peered into the principal's office.
And you said she did that later in the afternoon when you were interviewing Amanda Boslow.
Yes.
So she did it twice.
Yes.
And you appeared twice, right?
Correct.
And at that point, you were still trying to ascertain the identity of the burned body in that van.
Correct.
Well, isn't it just a lot more probable that Rachelle Waterman is wanting to know, hey, have you got any news about my mom?
objection and speculative.
Calls for speculation as to what was going on in her mind.
After this, let's see. You interview Ms. Boslow. Are you aware then of the circumstances in which Mr. Eric claimed to have been assaulted?
After the fact,
After the fact?
briefly, yeah.
You are aware that he did claim to be assaulted,
Yes,
and he was interviewed by law enforcement officers,
by Sergeant McPherson and Trooper Klaus.
by the troopers.
Yes.
JA. And again, at that point, he did not admit to any involvement in the death of Lauri Waterman, did he?
No.
You weren't involved in the interview, but that's part of what you discussed as the briefing and making decisions as where you went in your capacity as an investigator, right?
I don't know if that was briefed at one of the briefings, or if Trooper Klaus and Sergeant McPherson had told me about it later on that evening or the next morning. I don't recall.
But you did learn about it.
Just the basics that he had claimed to have been attacked, and that was about it.
And that's certainly something that's relevant in investigating the case, right?
Well, I'm not going to say yes, it is. I mean, it's relevant to an extent.
To fake assault, to try to deflect to somebody else.
I think that's something you probably have to ask Trooper Klaus and Sergeant McPherson. I didn't involve myself in that portion of the investigation.
So on the 18th, you know that there was another interview with Mr. Iran, right?
Yes, there was at about 9:50, 10 o'clock in the morning.
And this is the one where he admits to giving this person the ride,
Giving,
giving the murderer the ride.
I don't know the exact details of that interview. Again, that was Sergeant McPherson's interview.
Can I approach the witness, Your Honor?
You may. You've identified the page for
I have.
Mr. West.
I've shown a copy to the opposing counsel. Can you please look at the paragraph that I have highlighted in your report?
Yes.
And the fact is,
Yes.
in your report, you wrote that Trooper McPherson had told you that Jason Aaron had changed his story, right?
Correct.
That he had changed his story and said that Riddell had said, "Come out and meet me on this road," right?
Correct.
So you were advised by Trooper McPherson of the content of that interview.
Yes, I apologize. I was advised.
And based upon that, the investigative team sought a glass warrant, right?
Yes.
A glass warrant is a warrant in which somebody agrees to wear a wire, right? To wear a wire and record a conversation.
It's a search warrant to obtain conversations between two people.
And you need court approval to get one.
Yes.
And Mr. Aaron agreed to participate.
He agreed to wear a wire, correct?
All right. And you set that up.
I set the equipment up.
Technical aspects of it.
Yes, sir. I did the equipment setup.
And so and it was when you were going out there, that's when you were spotted by Mr. Riddell.
Once we got out to Mr. Edwards' house, yes.
Yes. And after After the last warrant, at that point in time, Mr. Riddell was actually, he was arrested later that evening, wasn't he?
Yes, I believe it was about near midnight
Okay.
in Thorn Bay.
In the glass warrant, Mr. Arendt said that Rachelle had nothing to do with it, didn't he?
I didn't hear the glass warrant. I was in the woods.
So you didn't review the tape or anything like that later?
I don't recall reviewing it. I recall going back and debriefing my team, the guys that were with me, after I took the equipment off of Mr. Arant, turned the equipment over to Sergeant McPherron and Trooper Klaus, and one of the other troopers went over and reviewed the digital recording.
After the glass warrant, then there was an interview with Mr. Riddell, wasn't there?
In Thorn Bay at the VPSO's
VPSO
office.
station.
Yes, sir.
And in that one, Mr. Riddell admitted his involvement in the death of Lauri Waterman.
I was not in there for that interview. I was stationed outside as part of the arrest team, but yes, he did. I was advised by Sergeant McPherron and Trooper Klaus that he did admit his involvement.
In that interview, he did not say anything about Rachelle's involvement in this case, did he?
You'd have to address that question to Sergeant McPherron and Trooper Klaus. I was not involved in that interview.
You were part of the investigative team,
At that point, I was part of the arrest team. I was stationed outside.
and you had a briefing the next morning on Friday, right?
Yes.
And you would certainly talk about the contents of Mr. Riddell's interview, wouldn't you?
I don't recall talking about that or
You would have
specific
a
details.
briefing, and you would not talk about the confession of the person that killed Lauri Waterman?
This was, you're referring to the morning of the night. You're referring to the morning of the 19th?
The 19th, after the interview.
There was no meeting.
There was no meeting at all. So
No,
you have meet-
I did not attend a meeting on the morning of the 19th at 0900 hours. Sergeant McPherron conducted an interview with Jason
And you came in after the interview with Jason, right?
after he was arrested, correct?
It was after the interview with Trooper McPherron, right?
Yes.
And he ended that interview by saying that Rachelle was not involved in any way, didn't he?
Who?
Mr. Arendt.
I was not in that interview. But to save time, I believe he did, yes.
Well, let's not.
I'm sorry, Mr. Wells. I may have gotten confused. Are you talking about Mr. Riddell or Mr. Arendt?
Mr. Arendt. Mr. Arendt, at the end of the interview with Trooper McPherron, said that Rachelle had nothing to do with this.
Can you give me a minute? In my information notes, my report on page 27, yes, it indicates that Jason had said that at the end of his interview.
And so at this point in time, Jason says, Rachelle, not involved. Right?
Yes, sir.
And that's then when you started.
I went in and talked to,
You went in and
Mr.
talked to
Arendt.
them.
yes.
All right. May I approach the witness, Your Honor?
Yes. You should have a copy.
I've given a copy actually during Trooper Claus's testimony of this, and the state still has it. Would you look at that? That's a copy of your interview with Mr. Arendt, isn't it?
Did he just say he had the wrong person's interview in front of him?
You know, this whole trial has been something like this. First, there's no evidence in the evidence bags. This person's confused. The fingerprint expert takes 4 years to get the actual fingerprint. I don't even know, man. This is insane.
Yeah. He just handed that guy something. He said something about Trooper Claus and then handed him his report, not Trooper Claus's report, if I understood that right. I don't know
Yeah.
what he said.
I don't know.
Well,
The only thing that's going on in my mind, that symbol monkey.
Yep.
That's
Yep.
all. That's literally all that's happening right now.
Carmen, that's what goes through my mind when I'm waiting in line to check out.
Just don't check out permanently.
Yeah.
In a store.
Okay. Just making sure. This is awful. This is awful.
But yeah, he said,
Yeah.
excuse me, I think I got confused. Give me a minute. It's like, no, dude, you had like a year and something. How do you not remember being in the interview room with one of them?
Yeah.
Why didn't you clarify that in the beginning of this questioning?
Or
You
look
have
at
to-
your 50,000 notes in front of you.
Yeah, it's like, what was he marking down the entire time that voice recording was going on? He
I
was
don't know.
obviously reading it. Did he not read the name of the person that he was in the room with?
I thought he
can't.
I thought he had a
crossword.
transcript and that he was just reading it, but then he kept marking stuff and I'm like,
Yeah.
what's he doing?
It
It's
turns
like,
out
is
he
he-
actually he just had the that day's newspaper crossword in front of him.
Yeah.
And he was just
You know what? At this point, I would not be surprised, Carmen, if he was doing a crossword puzzle.
I gotta see. I'm with promise I will try not to go back.
Maybe
there.
he's in the wrong trial. Yeah, sorry, your trial's like 3 rooms down. That's probably why you're confused, sir.
he's
Ugh,
like,
I
oh wait,
can't.
I'm supposed to be in a civil trial.
Yeah. It's like, my bad, wrong room.
He's like,
All
wow,
right.
this family is really messed up.
Maybe that's far enough. I want to see if he says I had the wrong report. I was questioning you over the wrong report, or if I just made that all up in my mind, because that would make more sense.
So in Alaska, can you just, like how you can go online and like get ordained? Can you just go online and just become a lawyer?
Maybe.
Probably.
Because
Probably.
I'm kind
what's
of
happening.
sure the prosecutor did.
Well, technically, you could probably get ordained by a fish from the ocean over there. So, blub blub.
All right, let me see if I got this.
Then, when you started,
I went in and talked to,
you went in and
Mr.
talked to them.
yes.
All right. Can I approach the witness, Your Honor?
Yes. You should.
I've given a copy actually during Trooper Claus's testimony of this, and the state still has it.
Okay.
Would
He did not say he had. I thought.
So
Got it.
he just gave him Trooper Claus's testimony?
Yes, he said he got a copy of this during Trooper Claus's testimony, and the state still has it. And so he
Okay.
was handing a copy up to him. So
Wow.
I'm not. So yeah, I misheard that.
Well,
But I don't think you guys can fault me.
well, I mean, it could just be, a handful of blank papers. At this point, you don't know what he could be reading nothing.
I don't know. I mean, maybe he was interviewing the wrong witness. I have no idea. It's all
Yeah.
possible. It's all
Is it-
possible right now.
He's like, ice cream man, where were you on this date?
They could
Was
have
it-
the wrong witness up there. That
Yeah,
might
you're
not
absolutely
even
right.
be- that might not even
Yeah.
be a cop. That could just be,
I said,
Right.
it's Dr. Phil's cousin.
yeah.
Some guy off
He
the
just-
street.
Yeah.
Who just sells insurance.
He's a paid witness.
Yeah. He's like,
Hmm.
what?
What
Oh
did
yeah,
you-
I'll look at this. I
Okay.
can put a claim together for you.
Also,
He's like,
I'll-
on this paper, this is a stick figure with like a stick figure dog. I didn't question these people. Next, this one is a.
He's like, and I'll make sure to eat some spicy food so my nose runs the entire time you're trying to
Yeah.
listen to this audio recording that sucks.
He did a bunch of bumps before.
At least he was able to keep his eyes under control.
Well, I mean,
He's
for
not
now,
over there like, what did you say?
it's not over yet, Carmen.
That's true.
Shooey, brah, you got to have a ton of time and a ton of energy for one of those, or they are going to eat you out of house and home because they're going to be bored. All right, whoever says it's actually harder to become a lawyer in Alaska than it is California because they require law school before taking the state bar exam. You mean I can't just go study
Wow.
and pass it? Dang it.
Wow. So
Well, there goes
California
my-
doesn't require that?
Indiana, you used to not even have to pass the bar.
California's like,
Wow.
you're a lawyer. You're a lawyer.
You just put up a sign on your garage and says law firm.
Yes. I actually, my nephew's ex-wife, her dad, is a lawyer and never passed the bar. I'm like, well, then
Wow.
how's he a lawyer? She said, because he didn't have to at that time. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Crap.
The best one
No
is the
thanks.
one in Houston where I'm not joking. This is literally the name of the law firm and like their like slogan or whatever. It's Dick Law Firm. Put my name in their mouth.
Mm.
I'm not joking. That is
That sounds like a
100%
Houston. That sounds like a Houston thing to do. I mean, go big or go home, right?
yeah, it's freaking funny. Every time I
Oh.
hear it or I pass the billboard, it's so funny.
Bad dancer. Oh my. Okay.
Thank you. Come again.
Maybe. Oh my god.
What? Who said that?
You.
Carmen. Unbelievable, Carmen.
Go, come again. My name.
Okay, I'm gonna play. You two. Grounded right now. Oh, Bri. Don't encourage them.
Oh, Brian.
Refund.
Refund. No takesies backsies.
You haven't seen a single beer? Sorry, I never said I had one. Carmen has shown one. Also, if that defense attorney doesn't stop tapping his fingers on his desk or on the table because the mic picks it up, it's driving me crazy. So there, Lesko, you just saw two.
You look at that. That's a copy of your interview with Mr. Arendt, isn't it?
Starting on page 53?
Yes.
Yes.
And you start out and you come in at the bottom of 53 and you say that these guys, and I assume that you're referring to the troopers, right? These guys are not dumb. You cannot beat them, right?
Correct.
And you went on and you start on page 54. You say there's more to this shit. This isn't over. This is not over. There's still one more person out there running around free. You two have been scammed. You two have been scammed. Bottom line, what about Rachel? Right?
Yes.
That's the first question you pretty much put to Mr. Arendt.
Okay.
And at that point in time, you are telling Mr. Arendt, what about Rachel, right?
Yes.
Actually, her name isn't Rachel, is it?
Rachelle.
It's Rachelle. You've been investigating this for a week and you don't even know her name.
Objection argumentative.
Sustained.
You say that there's one more person running around. Now, at this point in time, Mr. Arendt's been interviewed, 5 times? He was interviewed on Wednesday morning. He came in and saw Trooper Sims real quick on Wednesday afternoon. He was interviewed by Troopers McPherson and Claus on Wednesday night. He was interviewed on Thursday morning. He actually had a glass warrant on Thursday afternoon, and he was interviewed, so I guess we could say 6 times. He was interviewed on Friday morning by Troopers Claus and McPheron, right?
Correct.
And in none of those had he ever said that Rachelle is involved, right?
Correct.
And at that point in time, let's talk about this for a little bit, okay? You talk about some of the fibers that you had seized at the house, right?
Yes.
Not one of those fibers ever points in the direction of Rachelle Waterman, does it?
No.
There's no allegation that Rachelle Waterman ever had any rope, is there?
There's no information to indicate she had any rope, no.
There's no, even under the best of your theory, Rachelle Waterman never had a rope, did she?
No.
Rachelle Waterman would have never left DNA, would she?
I don't know.
Well, she's 600 miles away, as the state argued earlier today. Would she have left DNA at the scene?
No.
Okay. There's no footprints of Rachelle Waterman out by the van, are there?
No.
There's no footprints of Rachelle Waterman out by Yatta Creek Bridge, are there?
No.
There aren't any clothing fibers of Rachelle Waterman at Yatta Creek Bridge, are there?
Not to my knowledge, no.
There aren't any clothing fibers of Rachelle Waterman out by the van, are there?
Not to my knowledge.
There isn't anything of Rachelle Waterman's that's at Brian's house, is there?
No.
There isn't anything of
No.
Rachelle.
I don't know what's at Brian's house. I'm sorry. I'm going to rephrase that. I don't know what is at Brian's house.
You didn't find anything. Nothing was seized in the course of the investigation of Rachelle Waterman's at Brian's house, was there?
Was there any evidence seized against Rachelle
No.
at
Was
Brian's
there
house?
anything of Rachelle Waterman's that was seized at Brian Riddell's house?
To my knowledge, no, but I didn't do that.
Was there anything to your knowledge of Rachelle Waterman's that was seized at Jason Aaron's house, aside from letters that she had sent to him?
That sounds about correct, but again, I wasn't involved in that search warrant.
You didn't recover Rachelle Waterman's fingerprints off the flashlight in this case, did you?
To my knowledge, no, they were not. Her fingerprints were not on the flashlight.
Essentially, at that point in time, you have your interpretation of her actions at the school and her statement in the interview on Wednesday, right? That's the evidence against her before you start the interview with Jason Arendt.
There's other information that other
That's the
investigators-
evidence against her, isn't it?
No, there is other evidence. There's other information in the investigation.
Now, you said after that, she's running around fat and happy now. She's not showing any remorse. You weren't part of the team that went and interviewed Don Pierce, were you?
No,
You didn't talk to Lorraine Pierce, did you?
no,
You didn't talk to Ian Lendrum, did you?
no,
You didn't ask her dad how she had reacted, did you?
no,
You didn't ask her brother how she'd reacted, did you?
no,
You didn't ask any of the family members that came up from Tacoma to see to comfort Doc and the family how she had reacted, did you?
no, I did not.
Now, you don't have any schooling or training in grief therapy, do you?
No, I do not.
You do not have any schooling and therapy in psychology, do you?
No,
You do not have any capacity to say what is a normal or abnormal response to a loss, do you?
just based on experience.
Based on experience, you've heard the phrase, I can laugh or I can cry, haven't you?
Yes, sir.
And you've seen that how some people, after a friend or a family member dies, they can sit around and sob, or sometimes they sit around and remember good memories about people, don't they?
Correct.
And people have a wide variety of experiences and responses to grief and loss, don't they?
Some people do.
And some people are kind of stoic about it, aren't they?
Again, like you said, I'm not an expert.
My question was, some people are kind of stoic about it, aren't they?
Yes.
In fact, you talked with her dad, with Doc, that week, didn't you?
I spoke with him briefly at the residence, I believe.
And he seemed to be upholding pretty well, didn't he?
Doc was doing pretty good, but you could tell Doc was hurting.
Doc was doing pretty good, wasn't he?
Yes, but you could tell Doc was hurting.
Doc was doing good, wasn't he?
I'm not quite sure how you want me to answer that.
You just, my question was Doc was doing good.
Objection sustained. It has been asked and answered.
You didn't then, based on that, suspect Doc of killing his wife, did you?
No.
Is this a good time to break?
Actually, it is, Your Honor. It is.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll break until 8:30 tomorrow morning. Please remember the admonition. Don't discuss the case even with one another. Keep an open mind. Have no contact with the parties, witnesses, or others. No investigations outside the courtroom, including internet research. Don't read any reports or listen to any radio reports there might be. And if anybody tries to talk to you, even if there's inadvertent contact, let me know. I'll see you tomorrow morning at 8:30. Sergeant Habib, you can step down. We'll see you at 8:30 tomorrow morning. And counsel and Ms. Waterman, if you could stand by for just a moment. Watch those steps.
No.
We continue on record without the jury present. Witnesses for tomorrow, Mr. West?
Yes, Your Honor. Excuse me. I intend to call after Sergeant Habib finishes Jason Errant, so if we could have JSO have him over here. I'm not sure how much longer across, but would 9 o'clock be all right?
No,
It's going to be longer than a half.
I'm going to be much longer than half an hour.
Okay, what would be the earliest you think you'd be through?
I would say probably between 10 and 10:30.
We'll have him here at 9, just so that
Okay.
if for some reason it concludes early, we'll be ready to go to the next witness.
And then,
Are you going to be finished by then? No.
let's see. I've got 109, Sheila Beardsley, Irving Langmaid, investigator Sims, Trooper Gilmore, investigator Thompson, Jill Booth, and then Sergeant McFerrin. Jill Booth, by the way, is just going to explain what happened with the missing fibers that sort of embarrassed us last week. So
Boy, it embarrassed you.
that's it. I don't. Sergeant McFerrin is going to be the last witness, so if we get to him tomorrow, he'll be the last.
So that's Errant, Beardsley, Langsmaid, Sims, Gilmore, Booth, and McFerrin.
I think so, yeah.
So, a guesstimate of completion of the case, state's case in chief is Tuesday or Wednesday?
No, there's no way to
Tomorrow?
get done tomorrow. I'm going to be playing, excuse me, playing the interviews of Miss Waterman, and those are about 4 hours. They're two of them are 2 hours each.
Something like that.
So that's 4 hours right there. And then the first one was like 15 minutes. So I think Sergeant McFerrin will probably be on for most of the
Late back
day.
up
So
there.
I assume I'll finish sometime Wednesday or Thursday.
Okay, that's right. Okay.
You said Tuesday,
When
Wednesday.
you said you thought you might finish tomorrow, I must have misunderstood you.
No, I figured I might get Sergeant McFerrin.
You know why? Because he mumbles and it doesn't matter to us. Dear. Dude, stop mumbling. Freaking mumbler.
Mother.
Drives me nuts. Like, oh, I couldn't understand you, little boy.
Hey, Carmen, did you find your over there?
What?
Yeah, his over there?
Also, Carmen, are you going to do that tomorrow?
Over there tomorrow?
I hate how this guy, not only does he mumble, then he trails off. And it's
Yeah,
like,
he's like that guy. Remember on Bobby Boucher? Bobby Boucher.
Sling Blade? Oh, Bobby Boucher. I
Oh,
couldn't
yeah,
understand what you were
Sling Blade.
saying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Sling Big. I know what's wrong with it. Ain't got no gas in it.
So,
Robin,
yes,
stay
Robin.
strong.
it does.
Stay strong.
Or he does. He's not an it. He's a Jason.
Well,
That's
that has yet to reveal itself.
So we have one more when the defense said it's 30 minutes going to be enough or something like that. And he's like, no, he's not kidding. We've got about an hour and a half of testimony left from this dude.
what the hell?
So
Wow.
we'll do that
For
Monday.
what?
And then I don't know. I don't know. And then Tuesday we will start Jason Arndt, who is the other, the guy
Boyfriend.
that's already
The other doormat.
yes, the guy that's already pleaded guilty. We'll
The other
start his
cat door.
testimony on Tuesday. Oh, I know they do. My dad's horrible about it, and the older he's got, the worse he's gotten about it. And he also has started this. Well, he hadn't just started it, but he started it like old when he got older. He'll put his hand up here, and then like if I'm on the other side of his hand and he's talking to me like this, I'm already like, you're mumbling, and now you're covered your mouth, and I can't hear you
That's the
or
worst.
understand you.
Caleb does that sometimes. We'll be in the store and he'll start talking to me, face me, but then turn away and still talk in the middle of the store. It's like, I can't hear what you just said, right?
Yeah, it's like I can't.
All I heard was, "Hey, Gabby."
My favorite that Grandpa does is he'll have me on speaker, and then he walks away from his phone and goes back into his office as he's still talking. And I'm like, I don't know what you just said.
It's like, why do you sound a football field away?
Because your sister one time was like, there's no way she can hear you. You got to take her with you.
He just imagines he has a lapel mic on his
It was
shirt
hilarious.
or something.
All right,
my
I'm
God.
ending the poll. Can't read it.
Rochelle's like, don't end the poll. I like those.
All right, I clicked it. Now I can't see it. Okay, so though 33% not guilty. Rochelle was a town bicycle, 28%. Not sure, 22%. Guilty, 17%. There you go.
Well, you're going to have to do another poll. Write that poll down and then do another one towards the end of her 47th boyfriend who's going to be on stand next week. And then see what happens.
I'm not trying to like be mean to her. I'm really not.
I am.
But for as young
Same.
as what she was, she had a lot of boyfriends between 15
She
and
had.
16
She had a lot.
that she was like, doing the different games.
Right?
Half my vote
not
guilty.
guilty.
Half my vote not guilty, half to the bicycle.
Well, it was probably because they all talked about like how they couldn't finish, and she just had to keep trying them. She's like, "Is it me?" Yes, it's you. Nasty.
Carly, if the trial ended today, I would vote. I have no effing idea since I didn't watch the trial.
Even if you
the
did,
trial,
yeah,
and I
even
still don't know.
if you did, Carly, I would say your answer would still be the same.
It's been crazy, Carly, because these witnesses have just been so matter of fact. If you watch anybody's testimony, I would watch Brian Riddell's. He's the guy that actually did the unaliving of her mom. But even as he's just, and it's bad, it's hard to listen to. I was like, I was interested in hearing his testimony, but then once he started explaining what he did, I was like, oh my gosh, this was really bad. And I felt even worse for Lauri than what I already did. But he's just so matter of fact about it. Like, yeah, and then then I hit her in the throat as hard as I could with a flashlight. Like, I don't know. And then
Like it was like la-di-da, like nothing.
Then we tried to smother her, and we set a timer on our phone. That took 4 minutes. I mean, it was, like he was ordering freaking Big Mac or something. He probably would have been more mad if they got that wrong. So, I don't know. Well,
I'm just going to go ahead and say that his computer store went out of business.
Oh, and also, I wanted to throw up when he said that he and Jason were crying together over Rachelle breaking up with Jason. He's like, we are really emotional, all in my mind. And I was like, I just know that I got this from Gabby, was like, you better suck it up, Buttercup, because you're going to prison.
Yeah. Yeah. They're both, you know what? It's just like I mean, well, first of all, once I saw the picture of the guy who's coming up, I said, I'm sorry. I'm
no, when
sorry.
my very first thought, I was like, what the hell is that?
I was like, I'm sorry. This guy followed this guy?
Yeah.
I mean,
He's loyal to a fault, and it put him in
To a
prison for his life,
fault.
possibly.
Why? What did he get?
Yep.
99 years?
99 years. I mean, he,
Absolutely mental.
and yeah. Yep, there's nothing you can
Crazy.
do about it now. Life is ruined.
Yep. Ugh.
Wow.
You know, I could see that.
Envision them both in adult diapers. And well, I said the other day, I said, why does his face look like a baby's face, but also a man's face at the same time?
Well, I don't know. And they struck me as being so into movies and their video
Yeah.
games and everything that they could not, they just didn't have, they weren't thinking that's not real. That's not how this is really going to go. Because he even said at one point when they were trying to come up with a plan, like, well, we saw in the movies.
Yeah.
I was like,
Well, that's the
good for
thing is,
you,
they
dumbass.
don't have much obviously to do over there. So, they idolize all these things that they grew up with, in Alaska. I mean, I'm only assuming that they've lived there their entire lives, within Alaska.
Yeah, I have no idea.
And they don't seem very worldly, like they've traveled at all kind of thing outside of Alaska to like another country or something or anywhere else. Especially this next guy. He doesn't look like he left the pig pen. I'm just saying. They basically pulled him out of the pig pen to get on the stand, and then they're gonna ship him right back.
He might be
I
a
don't
pig.
even. Yeah, I mean,
I don't know. And
it was like Pinocchio when all the kids start turning into farm animals.
he
He was just always a farm animal.
Yep.
Oh,
Well,
McDonald had a
no, he
Jason.
didn't.
E-I-E-I-O.
He didn't.
I'm pretty sure he did, though.
I don't think so.
That's going to be our next poll. Did Old McDonald have a Jason on Monday?
Well, we won't see him until Tuesday.
Brad, he's eligible to try to get parole after 33 years. Brian is.
And Jason was he was sentenced to 50 years.
And he had 16.
Yeah.
He's eligible for parole after 16 years.
They do call
So
it
what?
penitentiary.
He already out, or
I
is
don't
he?
know.
I don't know. I haven't looked.
I didn't look that far.
Okay. I'll have to look after when it's getting close to the end to see.
See you, Ronnie.
Hear that?
I heard that. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for the stream, you loonies. Have a good one, Jabbers.
Love you, Ronnie, Senorita Bonita.
Have a good night, Ronnie. All right. Well, that's all I've got. Sorry that audio for whatever that recording was so bad. I don't know what that was.
I have that effect on many people. There's been a lot of
Yes,
people
you
that
do.
have said that. Sorry. Next time, warn me you're going to take a sip, and then I'll hold my comment till after you're done.
She's lying. She
I
waits
am.
until I take one.
She won't. She'll say, as soon as you'll be like, I'm going to take a drink, she's like, okay, here it is.
Yeah.
I will blame Tiny Mango Muffin.
Muffin has been blamed.
Muffin. I'll be your huckleberry.
I'll be your huckleberry.
And I'll be saying goodbye, and we will, I have my granddaughter. Sorry.
Wuss.
Wah.
You You act like she's gonna grab everything
Yeah.
and then start crying because she's bored.
Yeah, there's a reason for that.
Get a pack and play and staple wires to the sides of it.
You were gonna say staple her to it.
I
like,
had no
"No,
idea what she was
that's
going
my
to say.
Staple the wires to the
Also-
side. Staple a phone to it. She can grab all the wires. She won't.
I would prefer to not get my ass kicked by her mom or her dad. So
No, I'm not saying staple her. Don't ever do that.
even, yeah, just even your first step with the wires.
Short
Goodness.
ones, not
Trouble.
long ones.
It depends what tomorrow looks like.
You have a little hope, Bri. A little hope, but I will not be here. So if Carmen decides that she wants to stream tomorrow, I will set it up. She can have at it and she can get this man out of our way and we can get
Yeah,
with Jason Arndt on Monday.
I'm around, Carmen.
Oh
Let me
man,
know.
that's gonna suck because I wasn't there for this because I was off doing something else. But I guess potentially next Thursday and Friday, I gotta do nights.
Well, sugar.
I'll
Sugar
miss
me
some of it.
this.
Do what? You'll miss some of this? You can
I
be on
think so.
replay.
Because
Replay
I
room.
wasn't there when the instructor said this because I don't know, I was off running around doing something else. But when we were leaving today, one of the other trainees said that we are doing nights Thursday and Friday. We got to be there at 6 a.m. on Wednesday, and then we're going to nights Thursday and Friday.
Good times. See you, Side Eye. Have a good night.
Night, said I.
Well,
Way to give us a chance to flip our schedule around.
yeah.
Yay.
Well, if Carmen decides she's going to stream tomorrow or whatever, I'll make it happen.
I'm
and-
going to stream tomorrow. I just don't know what time.
Okay.
I'm going to get him out of the way. I just
Okay.
don't know what
Well.
time.
All right, Bri, there you go.
Well,
So therefore, on Monday, we start with Jason, and we don't have to listen to this guy.
So it just may be something that I'll have it set up private. She can click it over to public. So it just may be a last second thing. That's a better way to say it.
let me
So
know.
just-
I'll be around.
So
It's
just
either
make sure
going to
you,
be at 6 Eastern time or 7. Because if I don't get out till 5, then
Okay.
so just make sure you have your notifications on. Make sure you're still subscribed because YouTube's weird like that. If you haven't already, please hit the like button on your way out, and I would
Also-
appreciate it.
I also post it in Discord as well.
Yes,
So
she
keep an
does.
eye on Discord.
and if you're not doing anything later, you want to come hang out in Grandma's box. I love
Yep,
that.
grandma's 9 p.m. Eastern. She's doing witches trivia. So it's
Oh, nice.
history about witches tonight. Come and hang out. But it is a children's channel, so don't be saying the pizza shit over there, you know?
I'm going to ask
Just
Grandma.
behave.
Hopefully, I can cast a spell on Grandma's box.
Okay. On that note,
Pretty sure
I'm
you already
leaving. I'm out. Go see Grandma. Do
Peace out, Cub Scout.
whatever you want.
Yeah.
Good
all
weekend.
questions for me.
Have a good weekend. And they will see you tomorrow. I will see you Monday. And that's all I got. So see you later.
Bye.
Hot mannequin love is kinda uncanny. Click, like, subscribe, ooh, piece of candy. Looking for my spotlight, chasing my vibe. Still looking for my credibility online. Ooh, hot mannequin love, candy on the floor, don't pick it up. Chasing all the clicks, chasing all the views. Credibility's hiding, but I'm bringing you the news. Every little scroll is a mystery, but you stuck around, watch the show with me. Laughs and chaos, that's how we roll. Drop a comment down below before you go. Every little middle scroll is a mystery, but you stuck around, watch the show with me. Laughs and chaos, that's how we roll. Drop a comment down below before you go. Ooh.